Ancient obsessions do not simply die with the people who hold them. Sometimes that intense, unresolved fixation seeps into the soil, manifesting as a physical, rooted threat that waits silently for centuries, needing only the right celestial trigger to wake up. Fast forward to the present day, and that kind of ancient darkness is far removed from the lives of 7 college friends: Karthik, Madhu, Adi, Renu, Priya, Varun, and Megha are consumed by campus banter, shifting romantic dynamics, and the stress of midterms. Looking for an escape from their routine, Karthik suggests an impulsive weekend trek to a remote, uncharted location. A local watchman tries to stop them, warning them away from the area, but the group laughs him off as a superstitious relic. This modern sense of safety makes the world feel like a playground. The group remains entirely unaware that their trivial campus problems are blinding them to a lethal reality they are willingly marching into. The group enters Nishidha Vanam, the forbidden forest. As they hike deeper into the dense tree line, they ignore the strange, sudden absence of animal sounds and the bizarre, face-like formations twisting in the bark of the older trees. Night falls. They build a campfire, and Madhu is in the middle of a joke when Adi steps away into the brush. The punchline is cut short by a wet, violent crunch as Adi is suddenly, brutally impaled. A closer look highlights the bizarre evidence left behind on his body. Notice the heavy lacerations that look like deep claw marks, combined with a massive puncture wound caused by dense, twisting wood, rather than an animal's teeth or a human weapon. This brutal murder shatters the group's reality. Their comedic road trip immediately devolves into a desperate survival scenario as they realize they are being hunted by a calculated predator. To understand what is hunting them, we have to look 400 years into the past. Here, the lore centers on 2 opposing figures: a disciplined ascetic known as Varanasi Naga Sududu, and Vanilla, a villager consumed by a toxic infatuation. Frustrated by his lack of interest, Vanilla ruins one of the saint's sacred rituals to force his attention. In his ruined meditation, the saint retaliates with a specific binding curse. This diagram maps the mechanics of that curse. Vanilla's soul is bound to the forest, locked in suffering. She can only be freed when the saint's future reincarnation looks directly at her during a lunar eclipse. A lightning strike physically tears Vanilla's soul from her human form, and she is fused directly into the weeping bark of a towering banyan tree. Over the centuries, her trapped spirit warps the environment. The tree adapts to survive, actively hunting and consuming living creatures to sustain its form while waiting for the prophecy to align. The force hunting the group represents a biological prison built from 4 centuries of toxic, unresolved obsession. Back in the present, the surviving friends barricade themselves inside an abandoned tribal hut. Peering through the cracked walls, they finally see their attacker, a moving tree with a horrific human face pressed into the wood. The heavy branches rear back to crush the hut, but suddenly the tree freezes. As its hollow eyes lock onto Karthik, the ancient spirit recognizes its long-lost catalyst. The saint has finally returned. While processing this, Priya spots notes in Madhu's bag. Madhu already knew the local legends. He intentionally led his friends into the Forbidden Zone to record a viral ghost hunting video for his YouTube channel. The narrative places 2 distinct types of selfishness side by side: Vanilla's ancient obsession and Madhu's modern vanity. Both demand attention, and both lead innocent people to their deaths. The group's dynamic is destroyed. They are caught between a sentient, cursed tree seeking its release and a calculated betrayal from within their own ranks. The Chandragrahanam, the blood-red lunar eclipse, begins to bleed across the sky. This celestial alignment offers the only window for the curse to break, and it's closing fast. Sensing the eclipse, the sentient tree launches a desperate rampage, tearing through the underbrush to reach Karthik before the moon passes out of shadow. The remaining friends are forced to become human shields. They take heavy physical damage, suffering deep lacerations as they block the thrashing branches from reaching Karthik. Their survival depends entirely on enduring the explosive manifestation of 400 years of repressed desperation before the astronomical window shuts. A sharpened branch lunges toward Karthik's chest with lethal speed, only to freeze inches from his skin. The wood gently touches his face, and the violence ceases. Karthik's presence fulfills the prophecy. A glowing projection of Vanello's spirit appears in the bark, exhales deeply, and vanishes into a bright light. Deprived of the soul that animated it, the monstrous tree instantly crumbles into dead wood. Dawn breaks over the canopy. The traumatized, bleeding survivors limp out of the tree line, leaving the ancient horror seemingly vanquished. But true obsession operates on a cycle. It rarely burns away completely. Deep in the clearing, nestled in the ashes of the old monster, the soil begins to shift. A brand new sapling aggressively takes root, its fresh green bark slowly twisting into the faint shape of a sinister human smile. While this specific 4th-century curse has finally been broken, the toxic root of obsession is never truly eradicated. It is only replanted.